Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see whether or not Envy are going to try to hold this straight up or if they'll play a retake setup. It remains to be seen. Quick dart out there going out into mid from Raucus. Caboose with the boombot as well to get some info. And Baby Bay is going to get spotted out by that boombot, but here comes the push into A. Food starts things off. Great shot. That's huge. You know, getting those early kills.
The spike Dan, and the drone doesn't tag the Sovas. So FaZe, they have no plan right now. They have to back off. FaZe initially plans an A hit, gets shut down by a one sheriff coming out of food. And now they're regrouping.
Mummy's going to spot the rotation through as well. Also falling, the timing not really favoring him there. And up the tube, they're going to go straight into kitchen. Baby Bay with the opener onto Caboose. Now things start to get a little bit tricky. Envy in hot water. FNS in a decent position here with the frenzy, but it's going to be quite difficult. Has to pick a fight, and he's going to choose the right one. Zachary goes down, but there's the trade. Good from Raucus. The transfer is beautiful. And FaZe starting things off pretty poorly, but they managed to convert very well.
Yeah, and I mean, I alluded to it in the pregame. They like taking those one-on-ones on Envy side, and the first one goes in Food's favor. He takes the sheriff fight, you know, asserts his dominance early on as a strong duelist against FaZe. It's going to take a lot more than that to make them stop peeking you, though, Food. But the fight is taken inside of a dark cover at mid, and that opens things up for Baby Bay. Keeps on pushing, ends around with 3 frags. Huge impact from him, exactly where he left off.
Looking to farm the orb there for Food. So it's the eco round for Envy. That's one of the the least things that they can do to try to get some amount of value from this round. Baby Bay obviously will be pressuring things quite quickly with the jet flying over the side. And there are quite a few players here backside for Envy looking to find something, but it's a great line, a lovely coordination. The way that FaZe scaled this is perfect, and that's the round over and done with. And I want to make a very quick point for people before we get too deep into this match. And with all the talk that we've done, talking of FaZe on Icebox, Envy could have, of course, banned Icebox, but they actually banned Ascent. So just worth noting, I think.
Yeah, we could have talked about that for a little bit. I think that's a bait play coming out of Envy. If I'm FNS as in-game leader, I leave Icebox open and I anti-strat FaZe in a way they've never been anti-stratted before. So that's something to look out for. Does FNS have any crazy tricks up his sleeve?
This is going to be the first gun round, although, of course, it is a bonus for FaZe, carrying a lot of the Spectres forth from the previous round, and even the Frenzy still on Baby Bay. Looking to get that Bladestorm maybe this round. We'll have to see. But Envy, as far as the firepower goes, are in a good spot. However, it can be hard to hold on to positions here. You can see that they're slowly getting forced back on the site, and they are still looking to be holding the back site, so they might want to fight before the spike gets planted as opposed to going for a pure retake. And we've got a lurk coming in as well through mid, spotted out by Caboose. Goodbye, Baby Bay. And Envy just crushing it on this defense.
Yeah, Corey's left in this impossible 1-on-5 scenario, getting paint shelled off of the site, but they're going to give him the plant. So he will get this free orb. The wall's still down. He might be able to even reposition here.
Love the movement there from Corey as well, showing precisely one of the reasons why he's on the raise. Does get caught out, but as you say, you know, got some good value out of that, despite the situation being pretty dire, and that's going to be Envy winning their first buy round.
Yeah, I like the approach FaZe had that round. So what they did was Corey went up on top of Catwalk. He drops his boombot early, and then they drone simultaneously. So they're really, really nervous about Envy getting aggressive at this A site, which we've seen from them in the past. They've been known to push up very aggressively at A. So FaZe is aware of this. They're using important pieces of utility to clear that. Unfortunately, they were lacking the layers after that. Everything kind of fell apart.
Looks like Caboose for Envy this round will be pressuring B long and getting that early B long control. So we may see more of a retake setup from Envy, depending on how FaZe are able to push them off of position. That's how the drone is coming through from FaZe. Crashies will fall off of screens. And lots of players around 410, so slowly edging their way up our FaZe at this point. Oh dear, crashing! Oh my goodness, that boombot looked like it's going to connect. There's a great paranoia coming through there from Mummy. They're actually going to take the fight here. He's going to run it back as well to try to gain ground, back on the site, prevent the spike from getting planted, and Caboose sitting in the dark cover. Wall goes up.
They broke
really
the wall
fighting.
so fast, Dan.
It's looking so hard. Yeah, they're really fighting tooth and nail to try to do it, but they can't. It's just not safe right now. Envy are trying to fight for the site, not trying to play for the retake. Maybe now. A moment to breathe here so the spike can go down. FaZe now looking to edge their way back onto more position, but Envy still just lurking around these small angles.
Oh, that's a big find from Baby Bay, Dan. That brings it to a 3-on-2 in FaZe's favor.
30 seconds left.
You can see they're using the time on the clock here as well. Not trying to rush things with the spike plant. Now just down to Mummy, and still, they know they have the time here. They don't have to rush things. Trying to re-establish control. And now finally planting the spike. Loving this discipline and patience from FaZe. Definitely paying off. Mummy, though, not over just yet. Able to take down one. There's 2 more to go. And they know where he was last. And it's not really all that much in terms of options that he has here. Either has to go to the right or to the left. Marv's able to cover that one, and FaZe will convert the round. But pretty scary stuff. Again, I have to credit FaZe for just taking their time despite how chaotic that was and how much Envy wanted to fight for this around backside.
Yeah, Envy really made that uncomfortable. They had a quick rotate come in. They broke the Sage wall before it even had a chance to solidify. Everything about that round looked like it was going to go to Envy's favor, but FaZe just kind of weathered the storm, stayed calm, and won all of the gun duels once the utility subsided. Very well played from FaZe. They're up 3-1 now, and Envy's on an eco, Dan.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them to get too much done here. Love that from Baby Bay straight in. Oh, hello. In the smoke, Crashies is lurking, and he'll be able to take down Baby Bay at the very least, but Baby Bay's ultimately done his job. He got the pick, he created the space for his team to move forward. FaZe are able to take the entire side off of that. And all he invested was the Blade Storm, so he didn't even lose economy in doing that move. So perfect here for FaZe, all according to plan. Caboose, though, making that plan not look quite as good with that pick onto Raucus, but ultimately not too much Caboose can do here. Definitely wants to save that showstopper for a more impactful moment in a future round. Able to get one more out of it, that's quite nice, but there we go. After all is said and done, FaZe up 4-1, and Envy, they've got to be careful here now because it feels like FaZe is starting to really generate some momentum, and they're in their comfort zone.
Yeah, they're definitely in their comfort zone, especially at this A site. I mean, they're just going here every single round. But a detail to look at here is Marv switching up the placement on the Sage wall. He previously was walling backside on the right side, then he walled front sight on the left. So he's giving them different looks, and that's actually very impactful for how you rotate into the site as a defender. So that's a really cool detail coming out of FaZe. But this is a fake. They're going to slightly fake A. Bebe throwing a smoke. Corey going to throw his boom bot. This is a B hit, and FNS is already backing off.
So grabbing the orb, and as you say, they've gone A every single round so far.
The drone's a tell, and Food has all of the info. Look at the rotate coming in.
Yeah, everybody is there. We have Corey sitting in the attacker spawn, waiting for any rotation, which will be coming from one player, but feels very labored here for FaZe to actually get the spike down. There's so many players ready to go here for Envy.
There it is, in T spawn right there. Attacker spawn, he takes out Food on the flank. That opens everything up. They might go back A. Indeed.
Yeah.
Zach's gonna ult into A, get a free plant.
Great reset on this scenario, and they've completely outplayed Envy here. Positionally, what can they do? I mean, it's just going to be the case for Zachary to try to survive, buy time for his teammates to get there to help him out. But Envy, they don't even know where the remaining players are. That said, Caboose gets a kill very quickly. He can get on the spike. Is he going to go for the hold here? If he can get defended, this could be everything. There we go. Caboose, he's going to go for the hold. Showstop. Oh, it's not there in time. And the defuse comes through. Oh my god, this is insane, Sean. What the hell has just happened?
No way, what a blunder right there from FaZe. Oh, it looked like the perfect ult coming out of the Omen. Right, you killed the A flank. Corey kills the A flank. So they know no one is going to be an A because that guy pushed all the way through. There's no way someone would be an A holding nothing. There's no point. So they ult Omen into A, get a free plant. But the rest of the players can't get there in time. They can't make it back to the A site. And You know, Mame just throws a dart cover on the spike, sticks it, and now we're going back to the A shenanigans, Dan.
That kill onto Marv, what a hero play. But either way, indeed, the A shenanigans continue. Buddha is trying to work pipes himself, just cause some kind of delay, and the drone comes through once again. Crash is also droning across to find out that the majority of FaZe are indeed in this position. 4 players from Envy are actually backside right now, so they're looking at a pretty strong defense.
This Caboose Showside stopper could be huge right now. They're all clustered.
And trying to time that utility. You can see Mummy there lining up the Paranoia. When that spike is being planted, he can toss that out there.
Paranoia Showstopper combo incoming.
Waiting for the right moment. Yeah, Caboose is going to be able to take down one at least, but there comes the res. Definitely looking very favorable for FaZe at this point. They've got the... They still need to get the spike planted. Obviously, they can't do it right now. The Killjoy ultimate will stop them. So despite being a player down, or 2 players down, sorry, Envy are in a spot where they have reset things slightly. Falling back out of the site, though. And FaZe are just going to walk straight back in.
Yeah,
Paranoia 3, 4, 10.
So hard to hold for the defenders. So FaZe just rolls back, and then they just go right back forward. And the site is now theirs again, a couple seconds later.
Yes, unfortunate for Envy there. Not really able to get much value out of the Killjoy ultimate in the end, the lockdown. As you say, Sean, it really felt like it was all about that Paranoia Showstopper combo, and as you say, you know, we didn't really see the Showstopper get pulled out by Caboose, perhaps because he was waiting for a guaranteed sound cue, something like the spike being planted was perhaps what he was looking for, but that just never came.
Yeah, speaking of the spike being planted, I think that round is a key indicator to me that you probably shouldn't pop that Killjoy ult until that spike is kind of at the phase of going down, or you have them boxed into the A site. Because what happened was the Killjoy ultimate fades away, and they have no control at B, so they have to rotate off of A. Well, A is already hard enough to hold as it is, so FaZe just stroll in and take the site again.
Rinse and repeat, and oh my god, Marv over the rope, just taking no shenanigans whatsoever, just forcing the fights.
Oh my god.
FaZe know the angles, they know how to scale on this site so effectively. It's quite scary to witness. Of course, Envy aren't working with much in the way of weaponry, but still, just seeing FaZe in their comfort zone, doing what they do best, is I mean, imagine being on the receiving end of this. It's got to feel so difficult to stop.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned Food having a monstrous challengers event, right? The best event of his career. Here he is sitting at 1-8 to start this game against FaZe. I recall, I called it his first round Sheriff one-shot. He shot 1 bullet to open the game and hasn't gotten a kill since. That's not a lot of impact coming out of your star duelist. They're gonna need Food to step up if they want to win this series.
Yeah, and FaZe are denying any mid or late round play, essentially, just keeping it simple with these A attacks, keeping all of the variables controlled in a way which they know how to play best. And Envy know how to play the mid and late round extremely well, and they're just getting denied that. They have to win the fights, and they're just not managing to do that. Mummy's going to go down at the beginning of the round, and FaZe look like they may slow the pace down here, but they're running back from Food to force the issue. There goes the curveball, looking for that value. The Paranoia comes through. At least he's able, or rather Caboose is able to take down 1, so that will be a 4 versus 4. There's a minute on the clock, though, so FaZe have a lot that they can do here. They wanted to slow down and reset, they could, but looks like, I mean, it's FaZe. They're just going to keep on going.
Yeah, just defend that deep area, and then just allow Envy to reset, realize there has to be someone that eventually rotates back to B. Wait for that to happen, regroup, hit A, 4-on-2. It's the negative part about playing a Killjoy. FNS has to stay in range of all of his utility.
Oh, there's the info play from Crashies, and he gets a lot of information, but at the cost of his life. And it's a 5 versus 2 after the res on Baby Bay. That's not a good look for Envy here once again, and you're starting to worry for their chances. They have a backside hold here. Showstopper's available. There it comes out with the satchels. What can he find with it? Absolutely nothing. Raucus dodging around the dark cover to stay alive, and they are going to go down all of the rest of Envy. And that Showstopper pulled out there almost does feel like also a show of some desperation. They need to find some round, and there clearly isn't the confidence to in Envy right now. They're down in the 5-round deficit. and it doesn't look like there's anything that they can change.
They're in a very, very bad spot, Dan. They just stacked 4 people at the A site from the get-go of that round. I was going to point it out, but we didn't have time. They full stacked A that gun round, and they just got obliterated. We saw the round end in a 5-on-2 after the res. I mean, Caboose, in my opinion, should have used that showstopper a long time ago, especially when people are grouping around the pipes area at the A site. There's just so many opportunities for a huge showstopper play.
Yeah, I was going to highlight that too. It does feel like the elephant in the room, but with the pistols, we'll see if there's any love here for Envy. Not looking likely. Great move from Corey. Again, we've noted how great his movement is previously. He's actually able to find one, but there comes Corey, and it's not looking good once again. FaZe just running laps at the moment on this A site. My goodness, 8-2. This is a
this is a sad state of affairs as a CS in-game leader.
Yeah, it's like
FaZe is running over Envy right now at this A site, dude.
It feels like a different game because, like we said, it's just there is no mid or late rounds situations. It is the A site. There is you're not playing for map control and information or anything like that. It's about just trying to win position and win fights, and it's just these small tactical coordinations from FaZe that they have drilled to perfection, it seems, and Envy don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's not like FaZe is getting B control, mid control. It's not like they're going into kitchen or market. They're not doing any of that. They're just literally sending it A every round, and Envy cannot do anything about it. Look, another 4-stack A to start off this gun round. How are they going to open up this round, though? They had powerful utility. They have a Sova. They have food on Phoenix. They have a Raze. I mean, you can get creative with this utility. Omen can drop 2 one-ways if he wants. One on pipes where he just pinged, and then one on the opposite side. I mean, we just haven't seen many solutions come out of Envy other than let's fight them. And
yeah,
I warned about it before the game started. That is not the solution to beat FaZe. That is not what you want to do.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Well, Crashes and Finesse both one off of their ult. Forward maneuver coming from Caboose, taking the fight forward, drops Marved. And that's always going to be nice, getting rid of the Sage. So no Sage wall, no Sage slows coming into the picture. Corey's going to get tagged by the drone. So Envy, they are trying to take the fights here. 3 versus 3, after all is said and done. Now Envy start to fall back into the site, and FaZe have some decisions to make. They could try to reset the situation, or they could just continue going A. I think we all know what it's going to be at this point, and indeed, it looks like the script is going to stay consistent for FaZe, picking up the ultimate orb, and just slowing things down now, just waiting by pipes. Corey popping the showstopper. That's going to create some space.
No one's going to want to chill in these tight corridors with that going around.
Okay, well, Spike going down. So Envy playing the retake. This is one of the best looks we've seen out of Envy, but they'll have to find a way to close this one down. Raucous with the long lurk, the flank.
There's not much space for him to sit behind this ult, though. He's going to be really out of the play. Oh, Zach got detained. Definitely
and Envy get it half as well. Crashy's taking down Corey. Zachary.
No way.
Able to get the frag. He's going to come up and go for the challenge. Crashy's. Oh no, he didn't have the support, and that lurk eventually worked out in favor of FaZe. And oh dear, Sean, that's a round where you need to see Envy pick that one up. That's the only round that's looked remotely decent for them.
Yeah,
these gun rounds.
We pointed out Raucous lurking mid right there, and he comes through so late. Crashy's never saw it coming. Raucous gets the Red Bull clutch right there. Everything FaZe is doing at this A site just seems to counter everything Envy's doing. And Envy has no solutions. Look, now they're going to say, oh, let's just put one guy in A. What if we just play like full retake? Let's just stop taking fights altogether. So now we have Crashies over here, and they're just going to give it up. They're going to flank through mid. Who's going to play aggressive mid? This is a new look. Let's see how it works out for Envy.
And that's not the person you want to tag, because the Hunter's Fury can be easily dodged by a dash. Or possibly updrafts. So the lurk come through, but look at the setup here. FaZe are very ready for this. Oh my goodness. Zach was not even incredibly quick to that fight, and still it's going to be an easy 2K. It's
my
just not.
God.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just disgusting to watch. They're getting absolutely ravaged, Envy, by FaZe, and their offense, their aggressive play is the stuff of legends at this point. There is no team quite like FaZe. Their aggressive play style it's just everything. It's absolute. There is no other way that they've seen to play the game. And it's so incredible to watch. Envy, only 3 rounds going into the second half. The script is flipped though now. They are on the attacking side. Is there hope, Sean? Is there hope for Envy?
Look, I am a CS IGL. FNS is a CS IGL. There is no hope. There is no hope. There is no hope, okay? This FaZe on this map, there's no way Envy is coming back and winning this game, especially with this comp. They have a really brutal comp. No Viper, no Sage.
Oh! That does
Both
not seem
duelists.
remotely
Both
fair.
duelists.
Oh, you're right. Caboose and Food being the ones that fall. That is not a good look. Zach is doing more damage as well, and it doesn't look. It looks like you got a bunch of Radiants queued up against Bronze at this point because Envy are not getting to play the game, and it's like such a difficult situation to not see them in a spot where they can make a play. But that's just what's happening right now. Crashies is going to try to do what he can, make some money or something, anything, but nothing, of course. Only Marv going down, and it seems like everything. It seems like, luck is also on the side of FaZe right now. They're getting fortunate on top of, because this is obviously quite a perfectly timed lineup. You can't be seeing those every day.
Both the duelists that they need to open up the site. He couldn't have picked better people to just pluck out of the pack. Oh man, that's insane from Marv. Whew.
One of the beautiful things, though, Sean, I'm gonna drop just a little glimmer of hope in here. One of the beautiful things is that in a tactical FPS like Valorant, it's not over till it's over. And with teams as experienced as a team like Envy, with players as good, there can always be a moment. There can always be a turning point. There can always be a comeback that can be made until the game is over. And they only will have 1 gun rounds really to do it in. But hey, it's not like we haven't seen stuff like that before. So we'll see what they can do here, and it's going to start off very well for FaZe, as expected, against Pistols. The problem as well here, Sean, is that the ult economy is going to be so heavily in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, this is looking like an impossible comeback here from Envy. Hey, yeah, I was actually in my head just now thinking, what could have Envy done in that first half? And we didn't really see much op play out them in the A site. I feel like given how FaZe was approaching those angles, just freely peeking them, I understand there's a Sova arrow and a drone coming in. That can be a little annoying if you're opping an angle. But if you have a teammate supporting you to break those things, that's probably the solution for playing that A site against FaZe. But it's way too late for that now. We're in a different half. We're at 11-3. Envy's gonna try the same thing FaZe did to them. Let's see how FaZe stops it.
There goes a drone from Raucus. Looking for some information.
So you see, that drone never gets to spot Corey on top of that ledge. Whereas for Envy, the drone made it all the way to that spot.
It's a good spot, but Fu's able to actually deal with that. That's a great start for Envy. They've got backside control as well, and FaZe are giving things up here. They're going to have to play retake, although Raucus is backside, and I'm sure Envy will be well aware that that's not being cleared just yet, and that there are these spaces for FaZe players to be occupying, and as you can see, it does look quite ridiculous. Food is in a position to win the round for the team if he's able to get these kills. Oh, this looks almost guaranteed at this point, but Food, he's still going to get to somehow. 2 versus 4 now for FaZe. And it's looking very difficult for them, and it's the first time I think that we're saying that 15 rounds in to this Icebox game. And Mummy's going to finish it off. And I have one question, T-Sean, actually, about this matchup. And you're talking about anti-stratting. It looked like the composition may have been a non-starter to defend against what FaZe are doing. But is it the case that Envy are more focused on picking a composition of agents that's going to be able to be better anti-stratting them on the attack? Because if so, that feels a little backwards given that they started defense first.
No, I think Envy just stuck to, tried and true. This is the same comp they've been running the last 5 times they played Icebox. So this isn't a surprise pick at all. I think they tried to play their game and they just got run over that first half.
Well, FaZe going very aggressive. We talked about how they like to do this on defense as well as offense. And Corey's going to try to fall back with the utility there, try to keep himself safe and untraded, and that's what he does. Mami, though, does actually inevitably find him, it seems.
And look at the difference between the two teams. FNS had to give up B a lot of times. Zachary is throwing this one way, so he maintains control the entire time. And if someone pushes through that, he's just going to throw a paranoia at them. So he's going to finally fall once his second smoke fades. The drone's coming up. He's hearing that. So you can see Marv rotating now deep off of A. The Sova's also going to start to rotate because they all hear the drone. But this is kind of a fake. Still 2 people from Envy working in this A site.
This is such, and this is why Envy's amazing. This is that kind of CS level, play of information. You give information to the other team, they react off of it, and that causes a rotation. You know that that's going to be the case as the attacker doing that to the defenders, so you get to abuse that and win the positional game. And what that means here is that the entire A side is for free. Left. Deep post-plant positions already available for Envy, and FaZe, they've been completely run around here. So this should be a win this round for Envy. They're set up very well, but it is FaZe after all. If there's any team that can make something ridiculous happen, it looks like it should be them, but that's a great start for Caboose. Paranoia comes through, and this is a lot to defend with here for Envy. Nice shots though from Zach, getting the damage in, 1 versus 2.
Some mollies on the bomb though, Dan. I don't know how he gets this spike defused with mollies there on the killjoy. But it won't even get to that. Mummy closes it out. Yeah, like you said, that's just the classic CS push and pull, right? You're pushing and pulling all over the map, and eventually you know where the rotations are going to be because you've accounted for everyone, and they just get an empty A site. Good bait, by the way, from the Sova Crash. He shot an arrow on the wall right next to Caboose, and basically that's just telling a defender, we're not sure if this is clear, but they actually did know it was clear because Caboose was in the corner. So it's kind of like a little bit of a bait arrow that Crashies threw right there, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah, shout outs to Paul, employee of the month. But yeah, we saw an early round, a mid round, and a late round that last round. I feel like, definitely more conventional.
What a treat!
Yeah. And you can see here as well, Envy, more of a default spread. And they have to expect also, again, as we mentioned, FaZe is a team that gets aggressive, heavy A and heavy B. That's something that's characteristic of them. They're actually looking to push down middle, or at least perhaps find an opportunity there. Not on a 4-buy in this round. And Envy are running that anti-eco.
So Dan, this looks like they're grouping for a B hit. And since they only have an Omen, I'm going to tell you what they should be aware of right now. Baby updrafting over the deep spawn smoke with his daggers. That could be a huge problem. But again, they're doing this lurk-in A strat. Look.
Yep. Yeah, and it's a big tell for us too, because you see the person that's lurking is the Phoenix by himself. So that's... And they've done it again. Done it again. And look at... This is really interesting. This is a lot of respect to use to run it back here. To clear everything. They really don't want to lose this round. Maybe they're trying to find some value. They know they have the killjoy trap. This is going to be... It's just like... Oh, imagine if you're Finesse there. You're just wondering, what do I even look at right now? The decent damage done by FaZe, actually. And they've got a bunch of ults online now. They've got the... Corey's got his showstopper. Marv has the resurrection available. Zach with the From the Shadows. And From the Shadows is going to be... is actually something that's very useful in the mid to late round, either to get information on the defense, or if the other team is playing as we're seeing for that late round rotation, as Envy has been doing, then of course, From the Shadows is a way to cheat that rotation if you're out of position. So there's a lot of use that these ults can really have for FaZe. Yeah. But what are you expecting to see?
Going into what you said, having Omen's ult on defense of Icebox is huge because the rotation is just so long. So Zachary can stay over here at B for a little bit longer, ult all the way to A and still help his team out.
Oof. Okay, well, we're seeing the operator now on the attack from Mummy. Oh, nice shot from Marv. Able to hold on to this mid position. But there's the Hunter's Fury. I don't know if he can survive for too much longer. Nice catch onto Zach, who just popped the ult as well. So that's gone. That's out of the picture. And it's going to be B that's still under attack here. The res comes through onto Zach. And this is a little awkward now for Envy because there's a full rotation already here. FaZe in a good spot to stop this spike from going down. This is looking kind of scary for Envy. And Envy don't have anyone towards A this time. They're going to be committed towards this B side of the map. And there's a great double coming out from FaZe. Mummy with a trade at least, but he's alone against 4 players. That is a tall order for Mummy. He does have time, but well, that's going to be that. Can't collect the spike and get out of there. That's 12-6 for FaZe.
Just so beautifully done by FaZe. I don't know if that's part of their protocol. I haven't seen Zach falling off of B so quickly, but on this round it worked out perfectly because the split came in through mid. Marv picks off the first guy, slows the left. Zachary takes out that player. That's both duelists again out of the equation. So
here.
So we'll have to see if there's anything left here for Envy. Of course, FaZe starting to get a little bit more comfortable in this one, picking up around. I felt like the operator was a good look. Oh dear. But we'll see if there's anything left here for Envy. They are wanting to play for those late rounds, well, mid and late rounds, more conventionally speaking, as we've been talking about. But nice opener from Marv, finding an angle under the tube. That's a problem. That's a really big problem for Envy right now. They are likely going to commit into this A side, but another pick, another operator spotted. The trade's there at least. Goes to a 2 versus 3 now, as Envy are on the back foot, but they've cleared out some forward position towards the site. Spike can be planted, but Corey, he's trying to survive it. He knows he's getting hunted. Using the satchels to escape, that's such a great play from Corey. Smart. Just staying alive is so critical. And now Marv comes in from the back, from the flank, and looks like Envy gonna get pinched here. There goes Marv, spraying food down, leaving just Crashies. 30 points of health against 3 players. It feels so difficult for Crashies right now as he tries to reposition, but there's nowhere to go. And that's gonna be FaZe locking it in, 13-6. And FaZe are gonna take Icebox, and it never looked like it was ever in question.
Never. Win. But that doesn't change the fact that FaZe is hitting every shot, so they could easily win this map.
And here we go, we're into map 2. If you're just joining us, Envy got trounced in the first map, Icebox, but we're now really moving into, as we've been describing, territory that's much more familiar and comfortable for them, but we'll see them on the attack to begin with. To see what they are able to do with this. Looks like Crashy's looking to drone out.
His Rocket's gonna run in here with the Frenzy, Dan. Is he gonna do it the second Crashy's in this drone? Oh dear, Crash is gonna tilt if that happens. I hope for Crashy's mental that doesn't happen.
Oh man!
Oh, don't let it happen.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh, he's not gonna do it.
His death is
he has mercy after all.
seconds.
Paranoia comes through as the push comes in. It's Crashies, and it looks like maybe his mental will be all right after all. But though, with that said, FaZe are defending very well. Marv is just jiggling the triple boxes really effectively, and there's the nice little jump, the little flourish right at the end from Marv to finish off the round, and Envy's split onto A, not successful.
Yeah, and I think it started in the best case scenario. I thought that was the best case scenario, that the drone goes out, Crashy's able to peek, get a frag, and then we blink, and everyone's dead. FaZe has hit all the shots yet again. Incredible plays coming out of FaZe, but the proactive approach on long B really helped them there. It helped them stack the A site, realize that the hit was coming in, and it is just such a solid setup. Breaking the drone for Raucus. FaZe continues to be way ahead in this matchup.
Dash comes through from Baby Bay. Will get taken down. The aggression split here from FaZe as they try to take the fight to Envy. Envy are on the save round, of course, so they've at least got 1 kill so far, but it looks like that might be it. It's just Mummy left, and Mummy is going to get eliminated as well. So clean 2-0. I really like it when the defensive team just takes the fight to the attackers when the attackers are on eco like that. It's a lot of fun, but I think there's a lot of merit to this approach as well.
We need to change the stream. Yeah. We need to change the stream. Right now we're in the category of Valorant. We need to go to speedruns. We need to go in speedruns. FaZe is making this best of 3 go so fast. This is insane. They're playing with such an incredible pace. Again, they're going to take the fight to B long. And look, 3 players from both teams are going to be situated here. No smokes, so we will definitely see a battle.
Looking for control and orb play, actually. Oh no! Caboose able to punish that. Corey goes down. I don't know if he actually... I think he did pick up the orb, actually, just in time. So at least there is that, but obviously you'd rather have him alive and not have the orb. But with that said, FaZe can... It's a difficult situation. This is that classic spot. You look for information, but there's the punish from Finesse. He was ready and waiting for it. You can always expect Finesse to be lurking on the other side of the map on that Cypher. And so this is playing out very standard as far as Envy are concerned, off of the back of that pick. Ooh, good flash from Zach, but there's no follow-up, unfortunately. U-Haul control here for FaZe is actually a big deal. Food looking to try to challenge that, but it's still held by FaZe. That is the only way that they can really come back in this round, by maintaining that U-Haul control, forcing Envy to have to play sight and short and not to have any other post-plant positioning. But we'll see if Envy can hold regardless. Mummy's in that spot by Pocket, and he's going to have that first point of contact as the swing comes out of U-Haul. There's his teammate go swinging as well, and FaZe actually doing so much damage. They were outnumbered, outgunned in these spots, but still finding a way forward. Caboose, though, from the cubby, able to do more damage, leaving just Raucous. And there's not too much time here, and he doesn't have much health either, and he'll walk into the crossfire. And Envy will close down the round, but FaZe showing how dangerous they are from bad positions still.
That's crazy that they managed to bring that back, but the U-Haul control, like you said. So I think there's a couple things we can take away from a round like that, because it's just a bonus round, but we saw FNS's success on the lurk, especially after a pick. We weren't capable of seeing that on a map like Icebox. We're going to see it a lot more here. The second thing, Zachary taking control of U-Haul with all that breach utility. That is very important to FaZe, I can tell. And we're going to see them retake U-Haul successfully a lot this half. But again, the battle at Long B continues.
Looking to try to get that hookah control, that be long control. We know that Envy is a team, though, that might
walk into hookah.
Oh, and it's looking like it's going to work out here. Corey's getting caught off guard. They're charging and they're splitting onto the site. And FaZe, despite having a lot of players here, they are really in a bad timing on this one. Not ready to defend this. Envy have really found that perfect moment to attack, and they have side control. They still need to get the spike planted. The rotation is coming from FaZe, and there's that breach utility dealing with the cubby spot, and that's Caboose out of the picture. FaZe in a position where they can make things happen. Envy, though, still defending from these awkward positions, and that's what counts, hitting the shots, and Envy hit all the shots at the end. So that's going to be the round for them, 2-2.
Woo! I was so nervous for those guys walking in hookah just now, Dan. This is the riskiest round of the entire game to do a call like this, because you're coming fresh off of that bonus round. You could get reset, have no economy for, 3 more rounds, and they just dry walked into hookah. I don't think I've even seen that in a 5-on-5 pro game ever. So it's very unexpected. It's not a favorable fight to typically take, but you can see it really caught FaZe off guard.
And maybe it comes down to some of the conditioning, all this heavy B-long presence. Maybe they think that FaZe have an argument to stack more towards that B-long spot, and so far they'd be right, but it's like Babyface trying to defend with a Sheriff, but great, that's a really nice catch by Food, and that's going to allow him to, swing it, but the showstopper to try to stop things. Corey doing damage, but still down a man. 3 versus 4 here for FaZe on this defense. Rocket is getting just hammered by the shock darts at the back of the site, but he is still alive. And now he has Zach in with him on the breach. However, look at the slow of the pace right now.
They're aware it's possible, though. They're aware it's possible. Oh, wow. That's insane heads-up play, because you have a Cypher lurking A, and it's so rare that there would be a guy there that it's easy to just overlook it. I could have changed the round.
Still 2 players left for FaZe right now, but not that much firepower. Nice collection of the Phantom, though, for Raucous, although back in the hands of Envy it goes again. And yeah, it looks like this kind of goes to your point before, Sean, as well, that we're seeing the early round game plan, and then how the options after Envy in the mid rounds. Like the options to like reset and go back towards A, because during that early pressure, Finesse is creating space, and there's rotations caused by all of this action towards B, and Envy just know how to punish that.
Yeah, and you can see the conditioning. You mentioned that word earlier. They've gone B every round so far, off the get-go, with heavy B lung pressure. Now they're just going straight into an A hit with FNS lurking the opposite side by B. So are they going to get this 4-on-2 at the A side, or will FaZe's rotate come in quick enough?
Paranoia will be huge here from Marv. This is, if they can tease the Paranoia out of Marv preemptively before they go for the hit, that would be a huge win if they can, but might be difficult. We actually have a Hunter's Fury available for Raucous as well. And there comes Crashy's Hunter's Fury, also trying to clear out the U-Haul position, and that's Raucous down, out for the count as Food with the run it back, circles the back of the site. Envy have a lot of control right now, but it's by design to a certain extent. FaZe are going to have to play the retake, and it's going to be difficult, but that episode, that's going to catch Mummy. That's a beautiful pickup. That's going to even the numbers. 3 against 3. At least the spike was planted. Crashy's defending for the moment, but he will go down the trade through. Baby Bay is unstoppable with the knife flying through the air. Takes down Food. It's all on Finesse's shoulders, and Baby Bay cannot be stopped.
What? Damn, that was incredible from Baby Bay. It looked like FaZe was totally out of the round, but the breach utility coming out of Zach, we said how important he is to this team as a support player. He has all these crazy lunatics just running around, fragging everyone. He's the man that keeps it at home, right? He's playing it smart, using utility, supporting his teammates. After shocks the planner, opens it up then for Baby Bay to do this insanity. Oh my goodness. How does FaZe steal that round from Envy? 3-3 now. And this is
so
important
crazy
for both teams if you look at the economy, Dan.
Yeah, Baby Bay's playing Quake. He's playing a different game than everybody else when he's on that Jet ultimate, for sure. Either way, it's back to the more B-centric default. There's less overall pressure here, but we are seeing the boom bot at least, so it's going to be a slower pace. Showers control possibly. Marv in a deeper position. Oh, there's the cam though, and he just straight up owns Crashies. That's a huge loss for Envy early in this round. They need to find a way to recover here, but it is difficult. What would be a good option here, Sean? We see Food pressuring Hookah though, so maybe this is what they want, to take some control back.
Yeah, this isn't doing anything though. Baby Bay is still opping down long B. I mean, there are 3 people at this B site despite Baby Bay opping there, so maybe they can get this 4-on-2 at A, but Food will need to regroup because he is way out of the picture right now.
Finding a timing straight through. There comes the showstopper, clearing out U-Haul, but that tells them that there's no one here. They have to be backside somewhere. And that's a great clearance. That gives them such an important position. They go for the plant, but there comes the Rolling Thunder, using the paint shells to try to delay the push behind the Rolling Thunder. That is going to give more time to Envy, but there come the paint shells from Corey. He knows that they're scattered around U-Haul, and that's going to be some good damage onto Caboose. And they're going to fall through the TP. They're switching up. They're going to be, but there's the from the shadows into Garden. Marv has an angle, takes down Food. They have to come off the spike plant. They have to force it. They don't have much time. Marv is owning absolutely everybody. This doesn't seem real right now. How is he getting so much value? Oh my God, Marv just destroys the entire team.
Oh my God, the man is so cold, Dan. He's so cold. That was such an incredible round coming out of the in-game leader from FaZe. From Showers, where he's literally playing aim lab. He's whipping on the wall to the right and then whipping back to ulting to long B, winning every gun duel, challenging time and time again. All these players, he's taking the fight to them, winning them all. What an insane round coming out of Marv. Putting 4 on the board for FaZe. They're in control of the economy. They're in the lead round-wise. They're in the lead in maps. They have all the momentum, Dan.
If you think about that Baby Bay clutch, and then now that insane ace from Marv, those are 2 rounds that Envy had enormous advantages, that Envy are most of the time closing those down. The game would be, the complexion of this match would be completely different. If not for that, if not for the individual prowess from coming from FaZe. That's a lot to deal with, and as you say, we haven't even talked about Corey yet. I'm sure he's going to have something, but we'll have a Hunter's Fury coming in from Raucous that They know Shower's control is the play and the catch onto Finesse. Big frag to get. Caboose, though, able to get some forward ground there, trying to find a clearance using those satchels, but in comes Marv, and right now, Envy are looking quite desperate. Food. That is a huge clearance into U-Haul, and Crashy's fighting back from Showers gives a chance here now for Envy. They have something to fight with. Nice little crossfire coming through, taking down Zach. Great team play, and now it's Envy's turn. Crashies and Food looking to deliver here for them to secure this round, but it's the final boss. Baby Bay stepping up to the plate, looking to come down from heaven. Almost gets the catch, swaps out for the Vandal. The dash across, he's got a lot to deal with right now. If they play the swing correctly, it shouldn't be possible for Baby Bay. Oh no, again!
No way,
Baby Bay
man,
makes
no
it happen! Does he have time? He doesn't. But still, Sean, in terms of the emotional, the psychological victory, it is with Baby Bay. Despite losing the round, they're taking everything away from Envy that's possible.
Yeah, you're 1-2 on 5. Congratulations, you did.
Here.
But look at the economy. You mentioned it. I mean, they can't even invest much into this round. How do they open up this round? They might have rifles on all their players, but they're lacking utility. They don't have a paranoia. They're lacking full shields on Crashies and Mame. Like, this is no wall on Food, no trips. Actually, one trip for FNS. I mean, this is just such a hobbled buy coming out of Envy.
When you watch FaZe, I feel like it makes you want to play Valorant just because just some of the insane stuff they're able to do is with just off of the back of these individual plays is nuts. Because if I step into matchmaking, I'm not going to find teammates that are going to help me play like Envy. So
yeah, I mean, every opponent I have is FaZe.
Exactly. Here comes the running back from Food, looking to try to gain some control. U-Haul, the trade is out though from Caboose, able to convert there. That U-Haul control, it was always key, and Caboose with the triple. And this was a very critical round, as you say, Sean. The economy was wiped clean for Envy despite winning the round, and this is the least that they could do to recover from that. 5 players still standing for FaZe. If they can keep it that way towards the end of the round, which looks like it's going to be the case, we'll get the save. Baby Bay and Corey peeling away back to B, to safety, to hold on to their guns.
Yeah, they're gonna need to save these weapons going into the next round. I don't think, yeah, Baby Bay can't get close at all. I would imagine his team is running out of money right now, so this will be a weird situation next round where they're probably gonna have like a half buy. I mean, Food might be able to catch them. Actually, he's gonna be there. He's gonna be inside. If he clears hookah, he's definitely gonna get a kill. Oh, and the pinch is in. Clear. Looks like both FaZe guys just go. They don't find out where FaZe is, and Envy can't afford to hunt because their economy is just not there right now.
It is kind of insane that they really need to win another round fairly clean to just recover the damage done by what Baby Bay and Marv have done to them over some of these rounds. And 5-4 though, they've taken the lead with that round victory, and there's still a chance for Envy to have a strong recovery, a strong half.
Revealing area.
And back to the B-long pressure. Oh, actually dodging the recon. So they're going to suggest, they're going to try to hide that B pressure. And it looks like it might be working here, Sean, because the defender rotation is coming. They're at the back of the site. They're not sure what's going on right now. FaZe.
I think FNS has showed a little bit of pressure over towards A. He's let them know, you know, someone's over here. But the fact that it's been dead silent for so long, it makes Raucus go back to elbow. But these guys are out of the sight. So even if this drone sees Envy, I don't think they could even do anything about it.
Pain shells are so annoying. Chip damage done to Food, but he'll get the orb. 50 seconds for the spike to be planted. Finesse we can see on the A side of the map. Baby Bay taking down Food. That's a huge pick. That stops any pressure dead, really. Although that said, Caboose is not done. Straight into the backside, and they are getting wiped out right now. And I mean, you see Finesse here, and the whole point is to create options that if they can't complete on B, at least they can rotate back. But they got just destroyed on every peak.
Yeah, I mean, it's an option, but they're not even getting to use that option. It's like going to go out to dinner or something, you order like a Diet Coke and you want something else, so you order a Sprite, but instead of Diet Coke, you get like orange juice and the other drink just doesn't even exist. Just nothing like what you planned on happening happens if you're Envy right now. It's so wild. They're just getting obliterated in all these fights. And it takes some insane strategic masterpiece for them to string together any rounds.
They have to be able to live up to some of these individual plays. Corey, the headhunter, just annihilates Food and Caboose on the defense. And again, those 2 kills, it just makes a difference. That extra kill that he gets, that they can't gain ground into the site. And now they're stuck in Garden, stuck in Hookah. They have to win fights to get out of this position, and winning fights, well, that is the playground of FaZe. That's where they want to be. That's where they do their best work, and they are just crushing it again. Oh no, not like this. Baby Bay taking down Mummy to finish off the round in this Baby Bay fashion, and that's going to be FaZe taking the lead once again.
Wow, this game is going back and forth in every which way. I think Envy should be favored on the defense side, but man, oh man, FaZe is just destroying them when they run into them. I think Envy, who typically is very loose and is willing to take fights, they're shelling up because of the fact that they're losing all these duels, and it's actually compounding the issue.
Yeah, it's that classic spot where you don't like talking about the confidence game in that regard, but you know what? I'll hold that thought, because a fast push coming in, the confidence game is going to be just run the showstopper straight into the site, force the action, and that is a great way to take the initiative, to get yourself back into the game, and it's working here for Envy. They've got the site, the spike should be able to be planted shortly. You see, though, FaZe still has some control in the backhaul, but beautiful work there. Finding the wallbang, getting the reveal on Raucus. Crashies has elbow control, and Envy, they're looking pretty strong right now. Baby Bay is going to try to go for the clearances, but he's got a couple players to deal with as he pushes forward in this spot, and Marv coming from long as well. It's going to be taking down Mummy on the flank. This is starting to look very difficult. Baby Bay with the dash in with the knives, and all of a sudden, disaster strikes for Envy. They were looking so good. Caboose, though, able to return in the 1v1 against Marv. He has to find it, but Marv, the flick is unbelievable from him, and that's going to be the spike defused, and FaZe up to 7.
You have got to be kidding me right now. That... How does Baby Bay do it? How does he just ignore elbow and just dash in the perfect flank from Marv? Oh man, FaZe is all over this. If FNS just checked his cam, it was at Long B. Oh, they were so unaware of the Marv flank. Beautiful play again from the in-game leader. There's so much pivotal spots he's had. Almost all of them from Long B, actually. Wow.
This is one of those games where it reminds me again just of that, almost that precedent set by 100 Thieves and TSM in the first strike finals. This idea that one team can be able to find all these advantages or create like really strong positions tactically, strategically, yet when it comes down to it, one team is just clutch as hell. And right now that team is FaZe. They are not missing a beat when it comes to running into these sites and hitting every shot.
Oh my gosh, they're in shower so fast. Normally there's a utility battle. These guys just ran through the smoke.
Envy on the defense now in this first round of the second half, and Ness at least trading the showers push. Caboose trying to hold on to things here, but we'll have to give it up. FaZe, as you said, Sean, that breach utility extremely powerful and taking a very important position, which is U-Haul control. And 2 players now, Food and Crashies. They have to try to do what FaZe seem to be doing so easily, which is being against the odds and still finding ways to win. Be able to take down one. A second traded. Food now in a 1 versus 2. Corey's extremely low. Very doable here for Food. We're going to need to see that form that we've seen from him in the last month or so. There's the tab. Doesn't know about the showers player. This will take him down. And there it is. FaZe converting the second pistol round of the bind here. And I'm starting to lose hope for Envy at this point, Sean, because as you said, the confidence game, it is real. It's a real thing.
It's very real. It's very real. And it looks like Envy's going to take this one on the chin. We haven't seen many force buys since, the Stingers got nerfed. So they're gonna save here. They're gonna potentially give FaZe 9 to 5, and FaZe is gonna be on a bonus round. They already play loose. I mean, I don't want to look too far ahead, but that round is gonna be everything. Whoa, baby, so fast!
All pushing through. There goes Finesse trying to swing back in, but swing and a miss. Corey just in there. The paranoia not doing really anything as he takes those engagements at such a close range. FaZe are just in their element right now. Crashies in 1 versus 2. Actually, might catch falling back, but unfortunately, it's not going to work out. Raucous is ready for it. 9 to 5. FaZe still just charging. As you said, Sean, it does feel like a speed run. It really does.
It really does. And look, all of the soldiers right now marching towards the B site, they are just going to send it. And Envy has guessed wrong. They have guessed very wrong. There's 3 people at the A site right now. Cypher is loaning all of his stuff over here, it looks like. Oh dear. They're going to move so fast at this B site right now, I feel like. Knowing FaZe and the weapons they have right now. The Boombot going hookah. Dark, it's nothing.
All it takes is one huge clutch from Envy or one big moment from an individual to bring the confidence levels up for the entire team. We've seen it so many times.
That's actually a disaster that they let that drone spot 3 of them. So now they're going to opt to back out. But if you look where the raise is right now. Look at the ground Caboose has.
This is great. This is beautiful. This is what we're talking about. This could be a great moment for Caboose. Oh no! The whips come through at the worst possible time. He had the play. That was the play. Still though, it's not done just yet. We've got Mummy here on the site looking to see if he can defend, but he is getting barraged by utility from FaZe. Somehow Baby Bay's standing on 1 HP. Who's looking to drop down at the dark cover? Where did that come from? Corey finding food. I don't even understand what that was, but that's surely the last best effort gone now in this round for Envy, and they're gonna have to fall back.
Oh no,
that one moment from Caboose, Sean, I think that tells you everything. It tells you everything about this game for Envy.
Yeah, that's so rough. I mean, we talked about it. We said, you know, this is going to play out different than Icebox, because what's going to happen is FaZe is going to group in one area like Icebox, and a push can actually happen on the other side of the map, and you can find a cheeky angle, exactly like what Caboose just did. But when I envisioned it in my head, that's not how it played out. That is not how it played out. And this is the most pivotal round of the game right now. The bonus round for FaZe, breaking Envy's money, but they did save 3 guns. That is very important on a round like this, to save 3 weapons, because now you can hobble together a buy, and your buy is still technically better than your opponent's.
Oh wow! Just seeing that that was, if he gets those 2 kills, which I think in normal circumstances Caboose gets those 2 kills. If it hasn't been that they've been their confidence has been affected in this matchup, which I think is fair to say, that probably gets those 2 kills, they win the round. I think it's very it's very easy to say that that's a round winning advantage, but swing on Showers control. Marv takes down Finesse, of course. And he's looking to go forward, and Raucous as well. The lack of respect here on some of these plays is starting to get out of hand here from FaZe, and it's a 4 versus 3 in their favor as they start to take the orb control towards Garden. And there we go, Crashies. He holds on to hookah control. This is a must. Caboose now, redemption perhaps, as he takes the fight against Baby Bay, wins it, and now down to Crashies, also winning his fight. Able to dodge the aftershock. Envy looking good here. They have Zach in a 2 versus 1. Or in a 1 versus 2, I should say, as far as Zach is concerned, and the TP play is made.
Smart there from Zach. He waited to see if Crashies would cancel the drone. Look, Mummy's already here, and yeah, this round is over. It's way too easy to telegraph everything for Mummy right there. He's running around, has no time, can't clear the angles. So Mummy closes it out, stops the bleeding for Envy. But man, I mean, they have a lot to do now. Because of losing that 3rd round, what that does to the economy of the attackers, it's huge, actually. So now FaZe is going to be buying again, and Envy will need to string together rounds if they want to win this game.
I think you set it up nicely, Sean. Must win round for Envy. We have Caboose working Showers control this time. He has a Showstopper, and Showers can be a good early position to use that Showstopper, but unfortunately for him, there's only one player there. It's Marv who's pressuring Showers. So Caboose is not going to find some epic Showstopper in the early rounds. It's going to be Crashies, though. He's looking to find the frag instead with that Hunter's Fury, and in kind, Corey going to satchel into the B site with that Showstopper. He's not actually finding position with it, and it's a whip, so that's good news for Envy. The pressure still continues, though. Food's in trouble. He might have to TP here, but he can't get out in time. Oh, Baby Bay converting a double. This is looking terrible. A terrifying duo of duelists from FaZe and Corey and Baby Bay doing all of the damage, putting Envy down to 2 players.
Marv has been lurking Showers this whole time. The site is open. Envy's at the wrong site. They're going to be saving again. Dan, they cannot afford to lose these weapons. We're going to be sitting at 11-6. They're going to move back to the site, hoping FaZe, gifts them a kill or two. I don't see a world where, that they can win this. This is so difficult.
Envy, dash out of position. They've been spotted now, though. Basically ready for this. Marv taking down Finesse, and there's just, again, FaZe, it looks like they're in a trance. Like this immovable kind of pace that they have mentally. All players on the same level in terms of how they're playing and just charging through with unshakable confidence, taking all of the fights. Doesn't matter. It could be any team that they're playing right now, and I feel like they would just be doing all of the same things. Exactly the same kind of confidence. It's just looking amazing for them at the moment, and this team, I did not expect them to look so good against Envy.
I didn't either. I want this kind of confidence for anything in my life, Dan. Anything. Must feel so good to be that confident.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's got to compound itself when you're playing with other players that are as confident as you are. It's just, it's crazy.
This is the first time I think we've seen FaZe slow it down and spread the map on either map. They're just spreading out a default, waiting for an aggression. This is interesting because Envy isn't being aggressive. I think they're too scared to be aggressive after what's happened to them so far in this series.
Yeah, they're in that. I mean, for people who have played a lot of Valorant, you get into these spots where you want to be aggressive because you feel like it's the right play, but you don't feel like you can do it because if you take the risk and die, the round that loses you the game happens. And that could be the case here. Baby Bay, I don't understand, but he is Baby Bay and he just does things of his own volition and he makes it work. Mummy is still in U-Haul with a Sheriff. Crashy's also Sheriff here. Keep that shot towards Showers. There is ground to work with here for Envy. Envy looking to find a position. Tagging Baby Bay from the back. The satchel, though, causing huge problems there for Mummy. Food still alive and kicking, though. 2 versus 2. Envy trying to find a way to win this one. Crashies finds his Sheriff shot. He's been looking for a while, but he'll nail it onto Raucus. Zach is the last man standing coming out of Showers. He's been spotted now. He does have the spike, and he has to go for the spike.
10 seconds left.
Oh, that's a huge shock dart straight to the face. Force, he can't use the Rolling Thunder, and Food will take him down. I don't know how MV won this round, Sean, I must say, but it is some light in what has been a very, very dark game of Bind.
Breach looks so great with his arms like that. Looks, I'd never seen him have that pose at the end of a round. I've never seen someone kill him with the kit, with the glitch pop kit.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Breach does not have a COVID body as well. I have full COVID body right now.
No, he's built. He's ready to withstand anything. But something to point out about Breach, you can see Zachary lining this fault lineup. He's been lending this to the Showers player, Marv, and it's making it feel like there's more players going Showers than there actually is, because he's doing that all the way across the map.
Long aggression, Hunter's Fury coming through for Boost. There's a world where you'd love to punish that, but you know that server's being protected. And oh my god, Corey, how did he
get there?
And Marv in a deep position as well. And just like that, a quick double, and it's turning the round on his head. Marv trying to survive in the cubby. He's got players coming for him though. Crashies will, with expert precision, take him down. 3 players in hookah for FaZe. They don't have any presence towards the A side of the map, and this is a 3-on-3. This is a huge moment. This is a turning point. If Envy can find success in this round, Sean, I feel like a comeback is on.
I think so too, but I wouldn't have put any other agents in this scenario for both teams. I mean, you have Smokes on defense, and on offense, you have the Breach with the Rolling Thunder. You have a Jet to open things up. You have a Sova with Recons. I think this is a very interesting 3-on-3, and I foresee this going into a post plant because Envy's going to allow it to happen.
30 seconds left.
No Hunter's Fury for Crashies. That would be so valuable. Some presence felt on B, and Envy can reliably know that that has to mean that this is indeed the site, but they don't want to give any early kills away. Spike being planted, they know that where one of the players is now because of that. There comes a shock dart. That's actually going to miss. There comes the Rolling Thunder.
No way.
Oh, it looks like they want to do it, but they're actually just playing for delay. They're playing for post-plant position. That said, Raucus able to take down Finesse from Cubby. There comes a swing. Mummy, huge kill. Important frag to find. FaZe playing the site, playing the spike together. And there's a great spot and a reset. It's up to Crashies. He's spotted Baby Bay. He has to win this 1v1. He's got 5 bullets to do it. There it goes on top. The Sheriff comes out and he has to hit the shot. Baby Bay's dancing around and Crashies. He's gonna nail it. And there it is. Envy still in the match. Thanks to Crashies.
Both players played that so well. Remain calm despite the whiffs. Oh my goodness. That was the biggest round of the game. You said it. You couldn't have said it any better. I now see a world where Envy can come back into this game. I heavily favor them on defense, and FaZe is a momentum team that will rely on an economic difference to run away with attacker halves. Now that the economies are even, and Envy has, stabilized a little bit, they have their ults, I actually favor them on a given round, like any particular round.
Oh, I love that we're seeing the Judge here from Finesse. Judge is OP. See if Finesse can get any love. It does seem like he's going to get some action here as well because there's that first case. He's going to stand in the case for the Judge. Love this. Pops Raucus. Who else is next for the Judge? It looks like that's going to be it. Corey's able to trade him out. But that's a big kill to find immediately in the round. But that said...
Double TP to heaven!
Oh no, Marv is doing so much damage again. Caboose on the flank though, he could do just what Marv just did, but to FaZe instead. He's waiting for the moment, the trigger discipline coming from Caboose. He's calm, he's patient, he's collected, but it's only good for one, and Crashies can't get it done. In the end, it's 12 for FaZe. It's match point for FaZe.
Wow. Wow. FNS definitely overextended with the Judge. Marv again ends up in this ridiculously forward position. TP's into heaven. Into heaven. Not with his ult. Just a normal TP, a shrouded step. He goes from mid-sight to heaven, gets one in the side of the head on the rotate. That changes the flow of the entire round. Slows down the rotate. Oh my goodness. The individual plays on FaZe are unreal.
And this is it. FaZe have Envy completely on the ropes. The buy is terrible. And this is where you would expect FaZe to close things down. We've seen, though, Envy have won a round with weaponry like this previously, and it was a defense on the A site in which they did it. Oh, actually, good info.
He's just fighting up short A. He's just walking up. There is a trip next to him. But as raised with satchels, yeah, he's going right over this.
What can he find? He knows this one is showers. It's going to do a lot of damage, but Finesse is still alive with the frenzy. Caboose is there with him with showers as well, and Caboose does have a showstopper. Lots of ults available. There is a run it back for Food also, and there it is. It gets popped, they believe, from Food as they try to make his way through spawn. But on the other end of it, Corey's still defending. FaZe have so much position. They are going to lose showers, Envy. They've got nothing left. It's just Food in a 1 versus 4. He's damn good, and that's a nice transfer. Food back at it again. Curveball resets the situation. Still 2 players left. The pace is still high from Food as he tries to suggest that he's dropping away down from heaven, and he's going to have to do it in front of the wall, but there's a player close. What is going on here? Zach to take him down. It's Zach to finish it off. FaZe will take it into against Envy, sending them down into the lower bracket. Amazing response from FaZe in this series.